the video I just posted a couple days ago on Chris Watts. And this is a lot easier if there are people already here. Welcome to Timeless Mysteries. Today we'll be discussing some true crime. I posted a video a couple days ago about Chris Watts. I just thought I would talk about it. It is one of the most horrific crimes that's happened in the U.S. in a long time. It's always sad when a family gets murdered and they're, by somebody close to them that they trust, So I'm not really sure how to get this going, but I need somebody here. There's at least one person I can continue. So in 2018, Chris Watts reported his family missing on the news, and he was part of the search to find them, and shortly after he appeared on the news, it became clear that there was something obviously wrong, and he ended up confessing to murder. Dun dun dun. So I'm out here, sitting outside. It's like 55, 65 degrees. It's kind of warm out here when the sun comes out from the clouds. I'm in Anchorage, Alaska. I have not done any lives on YouTube yet, so I'm not really sure how to do this, but if you're watching this, please say hi so that I know there's somebody here. I feel like I'm talking to myself, Thank you. Hello, VR. I'm just kind of talking about some true crime stuff. I just posted a video a couple days ago on hello, Dada. I just posted a video about Chris Watts a couple days ago, and I thought I would, hey chappers, just thought I would, talk about it live for once, instead of, my channel's kind of supposed to be a faceless channel, but here's my face. I do write all the content myself, and I work pretty hard on it. But I do rely on AI for the narration. Who's Jelly Roll? Hi everyone. Thanks for joining my live. So is anyone here familiar with the Chris Watts case? I'm doing well, Magic Man. Thanks for asking. So essentially this man, he was a family man. He had his marriage was going through some stuff, and he ended up having an affair, and that's all fairly normal and common stuff. Yep, that's the one. The body is in the oil drum. Yeah. So somehow something happened in this man's life that, took a, very common scenario and twisted it into something horrific. Yeah, this is the backyard. You can see out here, got some. That's my house yard there. If you hear the gun shooting in the background, there's a gun range somewhere that away. Yeah, that away. My video is in English, but I do have a friend who speaks Spanish. Maybe I could get him to make my videos into Spanish for me, and then I could use my AI to translate, to narrate that also. Most certainly could, but it is kind of chilly. I'm in Anchorage, Alaska, so if you aren't familiar with that, it typically doesn't get above 70 around here. You might see like 75 every once in a while. Like say English. What? Yeah, no, I don't know how you can kill your own children. I have 2 kids of my own. They actually live in Arizona with their mother. I live up here in Anchorage. And I know, I spent 5 years as a stay-at-home dad, and I know there's times when you get so angry, and frustrated, and you just want to but I don't know, I can't ever get past that initial that whenever you get mad, you just have it for a second and it goes away. And I think that's how it is for most parents who have kids. They know it's frustrating. Your kids are children, they're not adults, so everything that they do is it's because they're a kid. They don't understand everything, and it's frustrating, because we want them to grow up, but they're still kids. And I have chased my kids around the house screaming like a monster, "I'm gonna kill you," but I never did it, obviously. And they would laugh and run away from me, and they trusted me. And the hardest part for me whenever I talk about Chris Watts is that trust that those children had for their father, and it just makes me nauseous kind of to think about it. Yes, you do get money to live in Alaska. If you live in Alaska for 1 year, you can qualify for the PFD fund, the permanent, or the permanent dividend, PDF, I think it's the PFD, the permanent fund dividend. Yeah, that's what it is, the permanent fund dividend. And every year it's a different amount. If you had 12 kids, all of your kids would get it, and the money would go to you. And I think last year was like $1,500. The year before that was like $3,000. But you got to pay taxes on it. I also think that the mistress had something to do with what Chris Watts did. That phone call that they supposedly had, that they won't, they don't really disclose what actually happened during the time that they spoke together the night before the murder happened. But I'm thinking, she either encouraged him or she pushed him over the edge by threatening something in some sort of way. But there's a reason that person is in what is it, witness protection, and nobody knows where she is really. I've seen some videos out there who claim that they've found her, but it's not really, I don't know if it's really good evidence on that. But I don't know, I just it's just it's mind-boggling to think about killing your own family. All he had to do was just move out, get a divorce, fight over custody with his wife for kids. And if he didn't want that, then he doesn't have to fight for that, and if his mistress left him or something, he could find another one. You can't hear me? It's probably all this gun noise that you're hearing out here. They're shooting rifles over there. They're probably the big 300s. Those are the guns they use to shoot moose with and bears. But bears are tricky because they actually can be living up in the trees when you're walking through the woods looking for something to hunt. Yeah, you know, it's a lot of pressure, true, but at the same time, there's a line that most people go up to but they never cross. Even the ones that do cross it, you know, don't cross it well, I don't know if you could hear that motorcycle that just went down the highway. There's a motorcycle, I think it's a Kawasaki Ninja, that I see driving this road all the time when I go to work. He's always popping wheelies and going really fast. And one of these days he's gonna, you know, probably fly off of that thing. I don't know. I mean, it looks fun. I might try it if I had a motorcycle, but you know, it's weird living in Anchorage. You'd think that there wouldn't be any motorcycles at all because it doesn't usually get over like 60 degrees here. So it's cold and it's typically rainy too in the summertime. And there's an enormous amount of bugs. So, you know, if you had a convertible even, you know, you'd be driving along and you park at a stoplight, or, you know, you need to stop at a stoplight, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're swarmed by mosquitoes. But it's much better than, you know, in the wintertime, it's good because there's no bugs, but it's dark here. So, you know, it starts getting dark at 3 o'clock, and it's weird feeling. By the time it's 5 o'clock, it feels like it's 10 at night, and you're tired, you're exhausted, you sleep a lot, and then when the sun comes out, you know, you just want to be outside despite the bugs. So yeah, this is my first time being live on YouTube. You guys will have to, you know, subscribe to my channel, check out some of the other videos I've got. I've only been making videos for about a year, so they've been consistently getting better with every video that I post. So I was actually doing a lot of true crime there for a while, and I had another channel and I was trying to get that channel monetized, but it got refused to be monetized. So I kind of gave up on the true crime so much, and then I started focusing on like historical mysteries, conspiracy theories, and things like that, which is you know, fun, and it's less emotional. So, you know, you don't have to take breaks for a couple hours whenever you know, start going into the details of something that happened in a true crime scenario. You know, I remember the first time that I wrote about Chris Watts, I literally spent like an entire day, you know, not doing anything because it really disturbed me. But since then, I've actually got several other Chris Watts videos that I posted on Deliberately Deadly, which is my other channel that is not monetized. I haven't taken anything down yet, but I might start reusing some of those videos. And I also have a ghost channel if you're interested in ghost stories, historical ghost sites, and things like that. That is Phantom Seeker with 2 R's. It's on YouTube, and I haven't really posted anything on there. I've been working solely on this one channel, as I was making videos on all 3 channels. Like every week I was trying to post like 6 different videos, 2 videos a week for each channel. So you can imagine at the beginning of last year, whenever I started this, it was back in September or maybe August when I started doing it, and I don't think it'll get through. I tried twice, and the next one is like 6 months. I gotta wait, and they won't tell me why it got denied for ads. So I think it might be either the name of the channel or I thought it was the thumbnail nails and titles. I don't know. It could still be the titles. I got a lot of titles with murder and killer in it. Um, and then, I mean, the name of the channel is Deliberately Deadly, so I guess that could be something, that they see as a flag also. But, I was working really hard on it. I had a couple of videos do pretty well, and, I was pretty excited when I finally got enough, watch hours to try to get it monetized, and it like got denied almost immediately. So I don't know. I called them up. I tried to find out why. I spent an hour waiting for them to tell me. I was actually talking to somebody who was like, putting me on hold, looking at stuff, putting me on hold, looking at stuff. And then they finally said that they can't tell me why. So I didn't get it monetized. And, I figured with this channel, Timeless Mysteries, it's kind of I mean, I can do a little bit of everything on it. I could even do ghost stories on this channel. I've added in conspiracy theories. Today I'm going to be posting a video on Project Bluebeam. If you haven't heard of that one, it's kind of crazy. Um, it's basically government is trying to control you by manipulating the things you're afraid of. So they're going to use holographic projectors to project the images of God coming down from the sky and alien invasions and things like that. And I think there is some credibility to it, even though this was came out back in the 90s. And it obviously is evolved from the tech they had back then compared to what they have now. But there's some really powerful holographic equipment available that they could use to fake anything. They could use it for war, even probably to like illusionary warfare or something. I mean, if they because whenever I first heard about Project Bluebeam, I was like, what the heck is this? This sounds dumb, because they're talking about, mind control, actual mind control. But that's only one part of it. They want to, it was like the way it was worded in the document that I read, it was a 26-page paper written by this guy named Sergey Monast, or Sargi Manat. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he was a Canadian reporter, and there was like a 4-prong attack for this to happen. And the first part was they were going to fake earthquakes and fake natural disasters that kind of allow for discoveries of ancient artifacts that kind of contradict. Hey, Den from Indonesia. I'm in Anchorage, Alaska. As you can see, it's a nice, beautiful day. But yeah, so they want to, fake these archaeological, like, evidence that they're going to find to basically disprove any, religious beliefs. For any religion, it's going to be found, stuff is going to be found that's older than anything ever known, and and they're going to use that as a tool to manipulate people. Because once if they like, what is that place? I think it's in Indonesia, maybe. There's a Gadang Padang or something like that. They found this ancient civilization that was like 40,000 years old, and it got published, and they were about to, start digging more and stuff, and then it got redacted. That could be a sign of, somebody stopping Project Bluebeam, in its tracks, because maybe that was going to be a fake site to use to like reintroduce, a new religion. The second phase is, mind control, like actual mind control, which I think is a little bit weird. I don't really buy into that. I don't know that they have anything that they can actually, um, you can put thoughts into your head. But essentially, it's going to be like you pray, and then you'll actually hear somebody answer you back. Um, that was the second part. The third part would be like an alien invasion, and this would be like a holographic thing that's like, goes, it's up in the sky way, they have the technology to use some part of the atmosphere to basically as like a giant screen, and millions of people are going to be able to see it, and they'll be able to like put different ones around the world in major areas of the world where the larger populations are, and everybody's going to be afraid. And then after that, they're going to release God from the heavens and do the same thing. And then, everybody's going to unite under the New World Order, supposedly. But, I would assume, that in 20, 30 years, that Project Bluebeam would have evolved if it was ever real to begin with. But I know in 2015, the first time I ever heard of this happening was it's like this Fata Morgana, where it's like an illusion in the clouds. Um, has something to do with atmospheric pressure and temperatures, and it reflects light from the ground up into the clouds. So in 2015, in China, there was like this, like thousands of people reported this city in the sky, and there's pictures of it all over the internet. I mean, it's real. So if that is natural, then hey, that's cool. If it isn't actually natural, that's just a proof that maybe these governments are trying to, uh, you know, use holographic images to manipulate us. And I don't know. I talk about it in a lot more detail. When I write things down, it comes out a little more clear. But it's really fascinating, and I've seen lots of images, like on Facebook, even like of like things in the sky. I know there's images of like boats in the sky. Like Navy boats, like big Navy ships rather than boats. But the technology that the military governments around the world have, and all the secret stuff that they have that's secret even from like everyone else, like is like we can't even imagine what it is. Everything that we have now was invented in the 60s, so you can imagine what they have now. And I'm working on writing well, I just finished the script for it. I'm talking about alien life on the moon, and there was a long time ago, there was a thing about they found a pyramid on the dark side of the moon or something through different satellite images and stuff that they have. So I don't know. It's just fun stuff to talk about. It's a lot lighter than true crime. But I do really like, I do watch a lot of true crime. I'm interested in true crime. So I don't know. I could, do a little more true crime on this channel, and I think it would still fit in my, the stuff that I do with no problem. But I don't know. I like telling ghost stories too, so I don't know. Phantom Seeker did really well last year around Halloween time, and then it failed right after Halloween. It's just like there was lots of people, and then there wasn't. I don't know what happened. It's yeah. I think you're right too. I think you're right, Dan. But the problem is, we can't tell what's real. I don't want to believe something that's not real, and I don't want to not believe something because I think it's not real and it is real too. there's a, it's a you know, I guess I'll just have to wait and see what happens. But you know, the U.S. recently released a lot of documents that were classified about UFOs and things like that, and you know, I mentioned that is in another video because you know, it's like they released all this information to kind of prep the population that, you know, UFOs are real, aliens are real, and that they're coming. And so it might play into this conspiracy theory, Project Bluebeam also. But anyway, guys, I think that's all I'm going to talk about today. I will try to do another live next week, and I would appreciate it if you came back. And next week, I promise I'll have a better topic, you know, more of an outline to talk about stuff with you. I'm just kind of like talking right now. I don't really have anything specific to say, but it was a lot of fun, and I hope you guys subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos, and just be mindful that I am new to YouTube, so my content's not especially great, but it is good, especially if you can, you know, listen to what I have to say. But I'm getting better with every video that I make, so I think by this time next year my channel will probably be doing much better, as my videos have already, like, you know, evolved into better images, better everything compared to whenever I first started making videos. I would write you know, a 13-page paper, and then I would read it and record that, and then I would just put random images in the background, you know, for background noise, kind of, you know. So yeah, I don't know, my videos are getting better. Some of my videos lately, people have been telling me that the background audio is too loud, and I think that's an issue with Canva. So I'm actually considering going back and just removing the background audio anyway. If you watch the Chris Watts video that I posted, I took out the background, you know, the background music, the mood, the ambience, you know, kind of, and it actually still sounds great. So I think I'm gonna try that way going forward and see if it works better. Dan, thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate it. But anyways, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you.